Hey guys, and welcome back to Midnight in the Garage here. Got the car right here behind me. I had to remove the strut tower brace. As you see, it's not there anymore. I got it hanging out inside the car right now. It has a bunch of grass and dirt and stuff in there. Need to vacuum it out apparently. So what we got going on is some breakup at the high RPMs under load. So I pulled all the plugs out. Had to remove the brace across here, obviously, to get to the back one, so I could get this coil pack out and get that plug out. So it does look like the valve cover is leaking in the rear back here. First three across look good. Once I got to that back one there, pretty grimy, has oil all around it. So thinking the valve cover gasket is leaking in there and causing that to not get a good fire. So got me a VVT sensor gasket, and then a valve cover gasket. Then I'm going to need new spark plugs here. Then went ahead and got me a new oil filter, the OEM Mazda. Shop Worldwide koozie and a ghost right there. Go check out Corey over there at the Shop Worldwide. He always sends me some merch whenever he gets some extra stuff in, and I'll be going over to check out some of his new projects he's got going on and give him a hand later. But back to this. So kind of already got the diagnosis stuff done with it. I think I'll know more once I get this all pulled apart. So getting there, we're going to get this guy out. That'll be that sensor that has that gasket right there, so we'll be replacing that gasket as well. So disconnect this guy. Already got this guy pulled off here. So 1, 2 here. The other coil packs, the wiring for those, and then we got some guys back here. So 1, 2, and get those out of the way. You can actually probably leave that one, just undo the connector back here. I'm not sure if you can see that. Yeah, right there. And then we'll get this guy off of here, hose off of here, and then we'll start going around. We'll pop this guy off, and this guy off, and then get the all the little bolts here. So I believe these are, I believe these are 8mm, and I do believe they actually stay in the valve cover, if I remember correctly. Could be wrong, it might be something else. But we're about to see though. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all those pulled out, and then we'll kind of go from there. All right, a couple of things to touch on while I'm in here. So it does have, this guy has to be undone. It's back behind this one. So once you get the where's the connector? Right here, little connector here out of the way. You got to get that nut off the top of that, and the one, get that connector out the way, off of that guy there. So that bracket will lift up. If you can see it moving, yeah, it'll lift up off those studs. So I have to kind of get that pulled up in just a second. Next, what I'm gonna do, already got this guy loose here. I'm gonna pull all these back. I went ahead and undid my injector plugs, just so I can move the pigtails further out of the way to go in and out with this thing without, knocking the gasket out. Unplugged here, so I'm gonna get my crow's foot and get these popped out here. So that was gonna be my segue into the introduction to the other tools I got here. So 2 of these guys here. These are cheapo Amazon ones here, but they've worked fine. You're gonna need one of these to scrape the old gasket off there. This to go on for that where it meets up to the timing cover, and then for the spark plugs, just to verify that those are gapped properly. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these popped out, and then start pulling the 8mm off of here and get that bracket pulled up off the studs in the back deck. So I'm gonna get that done, and then I'll resume the video here. Alright, so I was working on getting the bracket out back there. It wasn't quite moving as much as I thought it should, because this guy was in there, kind of right back. on the side here. So this goes sideways into the bracket. Let me get it to focus a bit better. Yeah, so it goes sideways right here, kind of going in this way into the head there. So that's why it wasn't moving. So now it moves pretty freely. I'm gonna go ahead and get that off the studs there. Get that off. Got most of these loose. I was correct. These do just kind of sit in here. They don't fall out, which is great. I do have to get this one back here. I believe there's one under the bracket there and then one under the bracket there. All the rest of them are loose. Should be two in the middle. Yeah, one here, one here. I don't believe there's one under there. I know some cars do that. So yeah, I'll get back to it, and I just wanted to give that piece of info in case you got stuck trying to get that bracket out. All right, so checking back in, we got all these guys loose, front and rear ones. Got the pigtails there pulled back with some zip ties, so they're kind of out of the way here. They're not laying on top of the valve cover while I'm trying to get it out, or even more importantly, when I'm trying to get it back in. This is all loose. Bracket is off of those studs, and those are loose. These do not need to come off. These guys. Yeah, so everything is good to go. I did already go ahead and pop it loose. I just used my little crow's foot again, kind of just popped it right here and very gently put a little pressure on it. If it's fighting you too much, double check everything. Make sure you have everything loose. You don't want to break your valve cover and crack it. So yeah, please make sure you have everything loose. If it's fighting you too much, it's probably got something stuck, you know. So figure out what you got. But mine is no longer stuck, so it'll actually come up now. Do take your dipstick out. That'll make things much easier. And now it's just time to kind of wiggle it out. So I think I'm gonna have this. This one's actually still, I thought I'd undo that. It probably popped back down in there. Yeah, so I'm gonna get that back out and then kind of push it down out of the way here where it's not looped over here. Once I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and get it off and then I'll resume. So valve cover off now. I did have to take that sensor off the top and the rear. This little guy here with that 110mm bolt. It was just hitting the top up here. And with the bracket here for the brace, it just wouldn't come out with both of them there without a lot of maneuvering, so it's just easier really to get that out. So I want this to go back in as easy as possible. So here she is. I'm gonna go ahead and get the old gasket out, and it does have the smaller gaskets here. So we got to get those out as well and replace those. For the VVT sensor, it's going to be this guy here. So we'll get that pushed out and get the new one put in. And then we'll get the head here cleaned up, get the oil off of it. As you see here, it does have some gasket maker there, and then on the other side as well. So I'm going to clean that up. And that's really the only areas you'll put it back to. So just right there where it meets the timing cover. So get that cleaned up, all the oil off of it, and then while this is off, we'll go ahead and replace the plugs since we have such easy access to them right here. And definitely time for an oil change. I can smell it. So yeah, I'm gonna get it cleaned up and then we'll work on getting it all put back together. All right, so we got everything cleaned up. I did go ahead and get the gasket maker here and right there. Kind of smear that around, make sure it sticks to the head really well. And then got the new gasket that goes around the three that go in the middle here that you can't confuse because that one has a hole, this one does not. And then the new VVT sensor gasket in there as well. So the easiest way to push that in is from the bottom. Obviously, that's the only way you can do it. Push it out from the top. So you'll push it out that way, push it here, and then the new one you'll push through from the bottom. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this in. I did go ahead and use some brake clean earlier when I was cleaning in here, just to make sure I got all the oil off the surface that mates. And then so I'm gonna go ahead and slide it back in now. All right, so everything's put back together besides that strut bar. I did want to wait to put that in because I want to let the car run a bit first before I go and get all that put back in. So as you see, everything's hooked up now. Dipstick is in place. Don't forget to put that back in. Everything back connected. So coil packs, injectors, anything you unplug, make sure to plug back in. Do not over tighten these little guys. They don't take a ton of torque. They will strip out, so do not over torque those and strip those out. That would not be a fun time. Got the new spark plugs in as well before putting the coil packs back on. So now I'm just going to let that sit overnight for that gasket make here, just to seal up. I'm in southern Alabama, so it's very humid, so it just takes a minute to set up. Normally maybe 2 hours would be fine, but since I don't have a lot going on, I don't need the car today, I'm just going to let it sit overnight. Forgot to mention, when I was cleaning that off, I did use a piece of this. It's just some abrasive material to get any grime off the head before putting that valve cover back on. So that's it for now. I'll go ahead and resume the video tomorrow when I get back on it, and hopefully with that valve cover not leaking anymore, doesn't foul out that plug, and we'll be good to go. So I'll see you in the morning. All right, so I did go ahead and take it for a little drive after getting the strut bar back on and all that secured. So it is still running poorly above 4,000 RPMs. So it is running a little bit better, which could just be from the new plugs. But I did go ahead and pull them again after I got back. And they are looking kind of dirty. I don't think it's actually like dirt, obviously, but I did smell them. They smell pretty heavily of fuel. So it seems like I am getting a little too much fuel in the combustion chamber, and it's just not running correctly since it is so rich. So my next step there is to figure out why it's running so rich now. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to do some reading and take a look at some more things on the top side here and under the car, and make sure nothing came unplugged down there, like O2 sensors, or have anything damaged under the vehicle. And then I guess at that point I will buy some more stuff and get back in touch with you guys. So as of right now, thanks for tuning in to Midnight NC Garage, and have a great day.